Yeah. Okay. I was just saying before I rudely cut myself off, with a disaster. There are there are no there are no flattering angles for me today in the car. I just can't rig it so that I look okay. But never mind. Lots of I've been meaning to sit down and do a review of Jeanette. Well, actually, I meant to. Here we go again. It's chaos. I am chaos at the moment, I'm afraid. Anyway, yeah, I'm on day 28 of Jeanette D'Onofrio's 30-day hypnosis course. And she's called it a weight loss hypnosis course, but it's not really. It's kind of an overall health hypnosis course. I meant really to do a kind of blow by blow account of it. I meant to do little videos often, just to sort of give a record of how I was doing on it. And I might try and sit down sometime and go through the progress that I've made. And I have made some quite incredible progress, I think. It's quite a spectacular course, I believe. I think I was last seen on here eating a box of cherries when I was ravenously hungry, where I might well have normally just bought myself a packet of crisps or something, like a family-sized packet of crisps, or a sandwich, or a pasty, or something. And I didn't. I bought cherries. And so I've done 4 weeks. And I wouldn't say that I've been 100% raw all of that time. Look, I'm so sweaty. Sorry, it's so hot today. This video is going to be a hot mess. I wouldn't say that and people keep bothering me and distracting me, so it's problematic. But I have remained extremely high raw for that whole time. I've got 2 more days to do. Yeah, there are messages coming in that are just so distracting, and they're coming in on my iPad as well. So what have I done? I've had some spectacular moments during these 4 weeks. So I've been high raw the whole time. I had one day that was my daughter's birthday that I took virtually completely off and started the day with vegan croissant and had a burger for lunch and and popcorn for supper. So I'm not perfect, but the difference has been in that instance that I didn't freak out, I didn't call myself names, I didn't call myself a disaster, I didn't call the situation a failure. I consciously ate that stuff. I didn't dive headfirst into a whole run of days doing that kind of shit, which I would normally do, with my framing myself as a food addict. And I'm still in I'm still like on the fence about that. I think it's definitely addictive behaviour that I have suffered from my entire adult life. But I got up the next day and just calmly got back on with eating predominantly raw food. Didn't dwell on having fallen off or the weight that I might have gained in that one disastrous day. I just got on with it. Other things that have occurred are that my sister visited from the States and we went out for a meal as a family, and I didn't know what I was going to do. We went for pizza, and I didn't know what I was going to do. Normally, I would, try the odd slice, and try the odd chip and stuff like that. If trying to stay raw, but I didn't like give myself any, hard and fast rules over how I was going to deal with the situation. But I did do what a lot of people suggest and load up on fruit before I went. I can't remember what I had. I think I had a smoothie before I left. I think I did that. It's possible that I had in my normal evening salad, but I think what I did was have a smoothie, like a big smoothie. Anyway, we went to the restaurant. My daughters one ate salad and some pizza and some chips. The other one had pizza and chips. There were chips on the table. There was pizza on the table that I could have. In fact, there was a whole pile of extra vegan pizza because my sister went ahead and ordered like a huge pile of food. But I wasn't hungry, which normally wouldn't stop me. But I just didn't eat anything. And I wasn't tempted to eat anything. And I had the odd thought of, do I want to try it? And the answer was no, I didn't want to try it. So that was interesting. I think I was about a week or 9 days in at that point. Can't remember. And then a few days later than that, after that, I went down to London on a day trip, a 2-day trip. We stayed overnight, went with my eldest daughter. And normally that would be, reason to kind of stray from the plan a little bit and, have a little treat here and a treat there. And I didn't like, again, lay down hard and fast rules over what I was going to do, which ordinarily I would do. I'd go with a, yes, I'm going to do this. And it would feel, kind of harsh and hard. But I took quite a bit of fruit. What did I take? I took lots of apples. I took 2 punnets of grapes, knowing that there would be, there are regular shops that sell really good fruit, especially in the summer at the moment, and it's London, so I knew I'd be able to find stuff. So I went with enough fruit anyway to see me the travel day down, thinking that I would, I don't know, go somewhere, have a salad or something, or maybe go off plan, blah de blah. But what did we do? I ate the fruit on the way down, a lot of it. I still had apples left, I think. Can't quite remember, but I had a lot of fruit on the way down. And we checked into the hotel and we went out to find some food, and it was the daughter who's quite happy with salad generally. Oh, we found a Joe and the Juice, where they have raw treats. So we bought a couple of raw treats. I was really quite hungry by that time. So we bought these treats, which I guess were quite high nut content, definitely quite high fat content. I think there was probably coconut oil in there as well. So we bought ourselves a couple of treats, and a drink, and we ate them at the hotel room, and then we went out for supper, and we were looking for we were looking for salad. I wanted salad, so we were looking for salad for me, and my daughter was not certain what she wanted. Anyway, we went back to Joe and the Juice, and we ordered boxed salads from them, which were okay. There was only one vegan option, and it was only okay, and it was small, but it was nice. It had kale and greens. I think it had avocado in there and tomatoes. Can't remember what else. The dressing was quite oily, but luckily mine didn't have a lot on it. My daughter's was like swimming in dressing, which was a bit unpleasant. She couldn't eat all of that. Anyway, I don't know whether you do know me and my salad. You don't know me and my salad. You might if you'd been on my Instagram. It wasn't enough salad. So what we did was we sat in the sun and ate those boxes of salad, and then we went to Marks and Spencer's and bought she bought a box of salad, another box of salad from there. I bought a big bag of Italian salad. I bought some hummus, which is not raw, but then that's one of the things that I've been having a fair amount of. I'm hoping I'm not getting locked in here. Then, oh, you're shutting the gate. Excellent. What else? And some carrots and veggies, and I think I bought a couple of apples, and eyed up a load of fruit for the next day for breakfast. Anyway, so I had that for supper, and we went to a show, and then the next day for breakfast I had a pile of like mango and what else? Yeah, loads of fruit. Oh, a juice from Joe and the Juice, which was nice. Yeah, pretty much kept it like raw for the trip. It was amazing, which I've never done before, I don't think. I've tried and failed, and then beat myself up because I failed. And all the way through I was kind of contemplating having easier food and buying a plant-based sandwich or something like that, or a plant burger or something. But I didn't want that. I didn't want it. Normally it's like I'm away, I'm on a trip, I deserve a treat, blah blah. None of that. I didn't want it. So not to say I've been perfect, but I had those two quite spectacular events. Since then I've had the odd day. Well, so it was my daughter's birthday, and I bought her a gluten-free, it was called a sticky toffee pudding cake, but it was made with gluten-free flour, lots of dates, there is some molasses in there, and there's probably some processed sugar. And I have had a few pieces of that, but it's not felt, unlike ordinarily, it hasn't felt like it was knocking on my brain to eat it. It's just been, oh, I'll have a bit of that lovely cake that I ordered for her. And yeah, I'm changed. I feel changed. It's 28 days, and I feel changed. I'm going to finish it. I've got 2 more days, and then I'm immediately going to start doing it again. What I've been doing is I've been listening to the new hypnosis that comes in. So she sends them to you every day, or the program sends them to you every day. So you get a new one in your inbox every day for the 30 days. So I'm going to do the last 2. I've got number 29 tomorrow. I've got number 30 on Sunday. And then on Monday, I'm going to start on day 1 again. And what I've been doing is I've been listening to the new one in the morning, and then listening to that one again at night, at bedtime, and maybe at bedtime I've just been falling asleep to it rather than doing a proper hypnosis. But in the morning it's been like I've got up, peed, brushed my teeth, fed the cats, and then done my hypnosis straight away. So it's become a new habit to do that as well. And I do believe that it's changing my subconscious. At the very least, it's like, because it's morning and evening, it's focusing me every day. It's reminding me what I'm doing every day, reminding me what I'm trying to do. And I say, it's turned into a very long video. I was sad that it's a life-changing thing. It's a health-changing program. It's not a weight loss program. And yeah, there are the odd times when I'm kind of eager to have lost some weight. But my main focus, and I wanted my main focus to be this at the beginning of the year, but it's so hard to be doing these things and not just obsessing about the number and the shrinking and the clothes fitting better and blah, blah, blah. And yes, weight loss, when you're as heavy as I am, weight loss is a massive, massive part of being healthy. But so is not being obsessed, so is not desperately wanting to be different from what you are, and considering yourself less than and unworthy because you can't lose the fucking weight, which is, I think it's something that is kind of fading from my mind. I don't feel like my weight defines me at the moment. And that, I think that's probably another change that the hypnosis has brought for me. There are so many. I've got to sit down at the end of the 30 days and look at them, and try and note them all down, because there are many just amazing, convoluted changes that have occurred and are occurring. And probably, the 30 days is up, but I'm not going to be done. Obviously I'm not done, because I've got, I think I've probably, I'm trying not to step on the scales, because that's another thing, is obsessing about what the scales say is not helpful at all. What is helpful is sticking consistently to a diet that ultimately will get me to my healthiest weight. And it isn't just the weight, it's the mindset, it's the food that I'm eating, it's the food that I'm not eating, it's the hydration that I'm putting in, it's the amount that I'm moving, which I have to say I've not increased a great deal. I have increased some. I've been doing some weightlifting, and I've been doing that consistently, and not because I should or because I feel that I ought to, but because I want to, which is amazing. But that's going to increase, because I do intend, I've got an intention to join a gym in the next week or so. I'm going to try and do that. I need the money for it, and I'm waiting for some money at the moment. Yeah, it's massive. It's huge. It's yeah, it's made a massive difference so far, and I don't doubt that it'll continue to do so. So I'm going to finish. I'm going to start again. I'm going to do another 30 days. I'm going to finish that, and then I intend just to get back at the beginning and keep going. Maybe I won't do them all. Maybe I'll pick out the ones that I think are most helpful to me, or the most helpful for whatever phase I'm in at the time that I'm in. But that's my plan. I don't think I've ever got to the end of 4 weeks on this kind of thing and felt pretty damn certain that it's not going to be too hard just to continue. So thanks, Jeanette. I'm not sure that you'd want me to tag you in this. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, because it's a bit of a ramble. I might wait and add it at some point in the future when I've got a better less rambly, more focused, more concise critique to do. All right. Feeling happy. I'm feeling quite happy. See you later.